Hey there everyone, I hope you're rocking today. Geoscience is a very rewarding career, but has many ups and downs depending on market conditions. A person can get pretty jaded when spending years in school or at jobs and just see them melt away. It's not all doom and gloom. In fact, you can be twice as hireable with this easy add-on, which is, you guessed it, Geographic Information Systems, which is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Before I get going, if you have any questions, any concerns, or anything that you want me to talk about, just leave them down below. Let's get rocking. Hi there, I'm Dr. Chris, professional geoscientist. Geographic Information Systems is massively useful for the geosciences. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to become twice as hireable in geoscience with GIS skills. For the uninitiated, what is GIS? GIS is a system to gather, manage, and analyze spatial data from pre-project planning to field operations to post-project analysis. GIS will set you apart in the geoscience world, which is what I'm going to be talking about in this video. Before I go any further, I would like to mention my website, geographicinformationsuccess.com, where you can read my blog, sign up for my email list, and soon you'll be able to buy some books that I'm writing about GIS. Now, if you would also like to support my channel, I've got a Teespring store link down below where you can get some cool GIS and geoscience shirt designs. I will start by saying you do not have to abandon your love of geoscience. The geosciences are needed and will continue to be needed well into the future. Case in point, according to the Global Energy Statistical Yearbook and International Energy Outlook, the demand for cheap energy simply looks like this. As long as more of the world plugs into creating a better future, demand for energy goes up. Further, according to the World Bank, more people worldwide are living above the poverty line than ever before. This means they're just not eking out an existence every day, but they now have enough money to engage on the world stage. That means more energy, more consumption, more consumer goods. Consumer goods means stuff. Lithium, gold, copper, silver, platinum, tungsten. All these need to be found using geoscience. Geoscience is here to stay, but your thinking on your place in the geosciences has to change to ensure that you are hireable. Why does GIS and geoscience work so well? First is straightforward. We all live and operate on the surface of the earth. GIS gives us powerful tools to plan and execute and analyze complex geographical problems. With complex GIS techniques and technologies, we can visualize the Earth's surface and the subsurface. With detailed spatial analysis, we can understand rock formations, dips and strikes of geology, better plan surveys, model water flows, both surface and underground, detect hazards, both natural and man-made, discover unstable slopes and flooding plains, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can discover with your creativity in GIS and geoscience. There's one obvious thing and one surprising thing to me. Obviously, geologists can absolutely benefit using GIS. What I find surprising, however, is how many geologists I know that have not been able to use GIS software proficiently. This to me is an obvious gap in education between a university environment and a college environment. I can get into those details later, but what I'm going to say right now is that at a university level, you learn a lot of theory, but you miss a lot of the practical stuff in between. And that's where GIS training can come in for you in the geosciences. There are 4 easy things you can do right now as a geoscientist to get into the GIS world. Number 1, get proper GIS training. While you can learn GIS software through a pick and poke style or a few YouTube channels here and there, I'm a huge advocate for in-person learning. Something special happens when humans come together to learn from a master. If you're aiming at practical skills, GIS is relatively easy to learn. Search for these GIS courses at your local college. Chances are there's going to be a short 4-month intensive or an 8-month diploma or a 1.5 year degree. You can get the skills pretty easily. Invest the time in yourself to become twice as hireable in geoscience. Number 2, once you have the skills, start your work at the GIS level. Before I found GIS, I actually didn't know what it was. I spent most of my life in academics, and I have to admit, the data that I worked on, it just magically appeared on my hard drive. Maps were pretty pictures with lines and points. I knew that seismic had to have proper positioning, but I didn't really understand that the data actually came from a geographical location somewhere that took planning to design, people to make happen, for that data to magically appear on my hard drive. If you start your geoscience from the very beginning in the GIS phase, a much broader story gets told about your data. Number 3, once you have some GIS skills, get involved in geoscience field operations. GIS allows you to speak the language of field operations. You'll be able to better understand the difficulties that actually arise instead of being mad that chunks of your data are missing for some strange reason. That strange reason will now be a lockout, the area was way too hazardous, or weather conditions just were not favorable that particular day. You will also get to see the human element involved in acquiring data. That chunk of data on your hard drive is no longer megabits, gigabits, petabits of information. It's actually real people doing real work on the ground. With GIS and geoscience, get into the field. Number 4, use GIS to understand and improve your final geoscience results. Data and number crunching and final project analysis are part of the game when it comes to projects. With your GIS knowledge, you can now suggest changes to future surveys that will improve on shortcomings discovered during project operations. You're now no longer just a person who looks at data. You can now create field solutions and add some creative input into your geoscience field operations. And those were my thoughts on adding geographic information systems to your geoscience arsenal. You'll not only be twice as hireable in geoscience, you will now have a skill set easily applicable in multiple industries. As a reminder, I've got a Teespring store where you can get some cool shirts. If you'd like to support the channel, check them out. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, add me to your LinkedIn, or even better, share my videos through your networks. Till next time, I'm Dr. Chris. Keep rocking.